The Bunker Project, podcast episode number 26. Welcome back to another episode of The Bunker Project. We're here again in Studio 604, live to hard drive. Let's kick it.
I can't believe it's 26.
Episode 26, yeah.
I mean, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Actually,
seems
from
like only
tonight,
yesterday.
it's a bloody miracle. I mean, we jumped through hoops. Thank goodness we have a maven that is in love with touching his bar. I mean, like boom, I touch his boom, and I'm playing with the boom. If we had a video camera, we could be making money with him fondling
What he's saying
that
is that every time you move that mic, it goes...
I think it's got a great kind of sci-fi quality to it.
Anyways, it seems like only yesterday that we walked into the Bunker Project or the Bunker Bar and looked in the back room and said, "Oh yeah, we can do it here."
This is where, and then those bastards went and re-renovated. Hey, can I say bastards?
I don't think that's one of the
excellent.
The
so
words.
those bastards decided to renovate the damn place, and we actually went in. We got some free beers out of the deal. Still, I think we're going to be back at the Bunker because the place we decided to use, like last show, what a bunch of losers. And we might be, I'm not going to trash these guys too much and make a Twitter campaign to basically have somebody firebomb their bar.
Because we still need a place for
we still need a place. We may have to actually
episodes.
do a couple episodes there before we firebomb their bar. But so all you pyromaniacs there, just hold on. Anyways, today we have a Maven, round 2. Let's introduce the Maven here, the guy with the fancy glasses and that slick European hair, the tie that goes forever. Dude, you're on.
So I'm introducing myself?
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, because I can't remember your friggin' name, man.
My name's Tristan Shaw.
Oh, that's Tristan.
Tristan with a T. I work in social media. I do copywriting and content production and project management for online marketing strategies.
Aren't you looking for a girl to have a tryst with? No,
but you are looking for...
You're looking for somebody.
Who's this guy?
Ooh, sorry. Hey, so Mr. Tristan.
Let's do a big shout out. You're looking for a copywriter.
I'm currently looking for a copywriter, but a copywriter that has social qualities and that understands how to engage and how to create dynamic content and sticky content that encourages follow through.
So you're looking for a copyright
in other words,
salesperson.
can you write stuff that causes people to click on it? That's what you want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
And what kind of compensation are you looking at? Like what's
peanuts?
What's the job?
Guacamole? Is there?
I have a number of contracts in place that I'm currently servicing myself. And my company's currently growing, so I need someone to basically pass that work on to. So this is not one project this week and I'll call you in 2 weeks and give you another one. There's
ongoing
content
contract
that needs to go out every week that I'm actually struggling now to keep up with because I need to develop more strategy and I need to develop more technique and I need to be going out and selling.
So what's the going rate for a copywriter?
If they contact me, we'll discuss it and make sure they're properly compensated for their skills. I'm not cheap with people, and I value their skills and their abilities. So
okay,
and he's got great, and he's got
open.
cool glasses too.
So he's got cool glasses, and he's actually at the Bunker Project with.
He's
a
a smart-looking guy. He's got the tie, and really, if you met him in a bar,
this is now officially my second podcast.
I know.
There you go.
Hey, so he's in.
So contact information so that people can contact you if they are interested.
Easiest way to find me is simply Google my name, Tristan. Tristan. Last name Schon. Probably the first link will be LinkedIn. So if you're a LinkedIn user, just connect with me there.
Hey, do you have a .tel account?
I do not. I've looked at it. I've considered it,
but not.
And I have not seen the immediate value in it.
Well, because you have a Tristan name.
I have such a unique name. Exactly.
Garlic. I mean, please. But I do have a .tel.
I have a .tel too, just because of I guess because it looks good on a smartphone.
Well, and your name's McGivern. I mean, there's like 10 trillion McGiverns, aren't there?
Yeah, but they're all me and different
if only your name was McHaggis. Ooh. Wow.
And actually, here's a fun one for you. If you want to qualify yourself as the right person for the job, go online, and if you can find me, and you can tell me why my alter ego online is the 908 kid. What does that mean? If you can figure that out, and it's all explained in various places where
Isn't that your that's your IQ, isn't it? I just Googled
as
that.
well, yes.
Hey.
All right, that's cool.
If you can figure out why my handle is the 908 kid, and
so it's like an Easter egg.
And
He's
if
putting an
if
Easter
I
egg
end
out
up
there.
with an email in the next few days, or when's this going up?
It'll be in
about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yes. Well, let's just pretend it's then. If I get an email with someone explaining to me what that means and where it comes from, then chances are the job is yours.
Wow, excellent! I've got a new job. Excellent. So, do you know? I'm really worried about our two guys that said they were going to come. Oh, we're just going to go to the liquor store, get some booze, and then come to the show. And they're like 4 hours late.
Well, you know, this is downtown Vancouver. There's lots of distractions along the way.
Yeah, well, they were on Davy, so what can I say?
Yes.
Wow.
And they were two guys, and they're good looking. One of them's bald,
Right.
and the other one's into games.
Okay, so
Well,
today
anyways,
we're
you got
gonna
nimble
let's
fingers.
just jump into the content. Today we're going to talk about
Content, right?
viral video, and we're going to talk about PayPal because they've got a number of products
Oh,
coming
totally
out.
cool. You were telling me about this. Come on, let's get into this PayPal thing. They've got this magic button that they've done. What's this? It's like, give me $40. There
so-
you go. Give me $20.
So PayPal is now the fastest growing source of revenue for eBay.
37%, it says.
37% of their current total revenue.
23%
And only
less.
5 years ago was 23%.
23
So
is amazing.
growing very quickly, and they're bringing out these new products. And
Well, the thing is, like with the new products, it's geared for people that are doing very small sales, like $20, $30, $40, $5. It's perfect for charities.
This is going to be huge because Facebook has now integrated this new PayPal micro payment system. And Justin TV, Ustream, Autosport.com, Primus. And
Well,
Tag.
we're talking under $12 here,
Yeah.
right?
So-
$11.99.
So basically, for digital products that are under $12, you can right from Facebook, you'll be able to buy the digital product, and just 2 clicks to buy the digital product, and you won't even leave the page. You don't have to go to PayPal. Right from the page, you can purchase the product.
Now, do you think they're going to be making a WordPress plugin for that? Because that would be
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
So I wonder what those 2 clicks are. Like click and then confirm.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Wow. I mean, that's I think eBay is 3 clicks or 4 clicks. You know, I'm going to buy this. Are you sure you're going to buy this? Yeah. Oh, somebody's outbid you. Click again. Click again.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Also for mobile phones, they've got another product called Mobile Express Checkout, which is going to be available on the iPhone initially, and then will be on all platforms.
Well, when you say all platforms, do you think it'll be on BlackBerry? Because everybody's saying BlackBerry's out of here. They're dead. They're history.
I was just talking to one of the BlackBerry reps today, and
and he's saying, "Oh no, we're not going away."
Exactly.
But we just bought a house. That's why he's saying that.
He's not biased at all. But the Playbook is coming out, and they've got the new QNX operating system.
They've got some awesome reviews.
And going forward, all of their devices are going to be on QNX, so it's actually really cool. This new OS.
Hey, so what's this? The mobile location iOS, a mobile app that uses geolocation to help users find businesses that want to give them a deal on PayPal only.
So let's say you have money in your PayPal.
Well, let's say you're in Davie Street. You're going down. It says, "Hey, dildos 50% off."
So it's. Can you say that on the podcast? Anyways.
Well, yeah. Come on. They've got some great products out there. There's nothing wrong with sexual AIDS. Come on.
That's the D word. I think that was one of them.
No. Really?
This is a mobile application that you can use to use your geolocation from your mobile phone, so it knows where you are, and it'll bring up all the businesses in the area that will accept PayPal as a method of payment. And it also allows the merchant to send coupons or offers directly to the app or to your phone.
Well, we got a comment from
Tristan
our Maven.
has a
Big
comment.
T.
It's a question. So what you're saying is that now, see, when you first mentioned this topic, I thought, oh, this is just sort of an online thing. But what you're saying is that people can now go into a physical store and purchase products using PayPal instead of whipping out a cell phone
Exactly.
Yep.
So
It's been around in
visit
Asia for
card.
about
and
12
this-
years. It's
and
pretty
this-
old tech.
And this app will allow people to find merchants that are offering PayPal, and also increase the likelihood of other merchants, because if people are out there willing to spend PayPal dollars, which are real dollars, then why not, join the club?
Well, here's the question: does the
Okay.
cost of this get passed on to the consumer, or does the merchant?
I think the
buy
merchant
it?
probably buys it. It's like 3%. It's like a Visa card.
Okay.
If you go and you use a Visa card, it's 3%. If you use PayPal, it's 3%.
It's the
or
same
maybe
as
2%.
as your regular PayPal account. It's when you receive money, there's a 3% charge. When you purchase things, there's no charge, isn't there?
No,
Isn't that right?
it says no charge. It's just like Visa. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, here's my card. Do it. So basically, it's just like the bitification of Visa. Yeah, Visa must be freaked out. Holy cow!
Well, here's a little sideline to that.
All right.
I remember seeing some time back. I don't know what happened with it. There was a device like a dongle that you could plug into your iPhone.
A dongle.
Yes, I did say that. A dongle.
Can you
I
use
think
that with a
I think I'm
dongle?
allowed to
Oh,
use that
okay,
word
yeah. Dongle,
because
not
it has
dildo.
multiple definitions, and
That's
some
a-
of them are clean and
A
simple.
That's a-
nice
that's a
looking
fam-
dongle
that's
you
a
got
family-
there.
That's a family friendly word.
So
Yeah.
this dongle would allow you with an iPhone to scan a credit card and then through an
Oh yeah, no,
app.
that's out there, and it's so it's mobile commerce.
So did that ever pick up, or
Yeah.
has it?
It's being used by some people. It's basically just taking your smartphone, and you, instead of buying one of these mobile Moneris machines where you've got a cell phone SIM card in it, and you're able to communicate with the network in order to do your transactions, you're just attaching that to your iPhone or your other smartphone and doing it that way. And I don't think that they've totally taken off yet, but I've seen them. I've seen them out there.
Prior to Christmas, I purchased some iTunes cards for some customers as a sort of Christmas gift, and went into a Apple store, and that's how they basically.
Oh yeah,
The guy walked with me to what I wanted to buy. He scanned it with his iPad. He charged me with the iPad, and it printed out, I think, at a separate station, or even he had a separate
Yeah,
machine.
Bluetooth or something.
Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome, and that's what everybody that's the example that everybody uses. That the obviously they're selling the product, so it's they use that in their stores, and it's a great example. But let's get back to the
Okay, we
PayPal.
got T-commerce, television.
This is
television.
cool.
This is way cool. Television. I'm going to read this and then Andrew's going to explain it. Television commercial under development, but the plan is to give consumers access to digital PayPal accounts through a pay button on their TV remote control. Are you kidding me? It's
So
like, I'll buy
so
that.
it's like
I'll buy
the
that.
internet and
The shopping
TV.
channel just went on steroids.
The internet and TV is converging, right? And so what they're developing it's called T-commerce, which is television commerce, and it'll allow you to be watching a program, possibly even a commercial on TV, and you'll see something that you like, and you'll be able to hit the buy button on your remote control and pay via PayPal. How cool is that? I'm saying cool, but it's not something that I might even do. But I just like it.
He will.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it's a
Wow.
mic, he'll do
It's
it.
cool.
Dude, what do you got to tell? Just running the jump right in there.
Impulse shopping just went into hyperdrive.
Oh, I know. It was like crazy. I need those guys.
But my only concern with this is, and because I just went through this week, is what is the adoption rate and who is actually using this and what are the demographics? How strong is the PayPal movement? And the reason I bring this up is because I had two incidences now where over the summer I was trying to develop in my business a method by which I paid all my freelancers through PayPal. And I had guys that were, again, they're just on that bubble edge where they kind of use a little of this social media. They're on a computer. They use the internet. They use email, but they're not quite breaking into this next generation.
Well,
and to them, they said, no. Well, what are you sending me PayPal for? I got to register there. I got to add my bank account. Can't you just mail me a check?
Well,
and they were quite upset about it.
Imagine David from our last show. If you PayPal'd him, he'd freak out. Like, what is this stuff,
and
man?
I just did a group buy this week for a social group, for a recreational group, and we did a group buy on some training for the entire team. And I gave people the option because I knew people wouldn't accept it, but I kind of did a little bit of market research in the process to see how the response would be. And I said, you can either PayPal me the money, and here's my email address, or you can wait for instructions next week and I'll tell you how to pay the balance. And I got one person PayPal me the money, and I had to, of course, charge him more because there were fees involved and etc. And most people said, I don't know this PayPal thing. I don't like it. Can't I just give you a credit card number? Can't I just do such and such?
Which is much scarier. That's crazy. Yeah.
That's a good
give me your
point,
credit
though.
card number.
That's a good point, because up until recently, the only way to purchase an app on a BlackBerry was using a PayPal account. That's the only method of payment that they accepted, and a lot of people just stayed out of the App Store because of that. But now they've got PayPal, and they've got a merchant account where you can sign up and actually pay with your Visa, MasterCard, or American Express Direct, or use PayPal. So you have a wide variety of options. And they had an agreement with PayPal to do that, but I think because of the limitation and the perception and the stigma, I guess, that a lot of people have, like you said, with PayPal, they've expanded that now to accept everything. So that's I think a good point. But with all these new products coming out, I think that PayPal's exposure to people and the acceptability will probably be increased quite a bit.
And PayPal, I believe, is it still owned by eBay?
Yeah.
And, give it another 10 years. Again, it's what I mentioned in last week's show was this generation gap and this transition we're in. And give it another 10 years, 20 years, all this will change and it'll most likely become common practice.
Yes.
And we can even look a little bit at the history of Visa and how that evolved, which was you had grocery stores collecting, basically selling merchandise on credit. And some smart bankers got together and said, well, we can create a system that will allow the management of all this to be much easier to manage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I was busy there having a slash checking at your plumbing, I noticed some comments about PayPal, and I think the thing is, you said 10 years. I think 1 or 2 years from now, this will become the norm. I mean, things are happening so fast as they introduce new stuff. The kids eat it up. They go to malls. They're using their PayPal accounts.
No. He was talking about dog years.
Dog years? 10 years. Hey, anyways. Oh, he pulled himself out of that one big time.
So let's move on to the next topic.
Well, I was going to say Yahoo News,
unless
but who
anybody
cares?
has anything else to say about PayPal. Hey, originally you said you didn't like PayPal.
Yeah, I'm still on the fence about that one.
He just loves you.
I'm sort of in an exploratory mode where my business is entirely paperless. Not entirely, but very close to it. The government has put in some great processes by which you can, for instance, register a business name or a sole proprietorship. For instance, my business is incorporated, but it operates under a different name than what it's incorporated as. So recently I had to register the name, and I was able to do it all entirely online. I was able to PDF and save all of the documents, all the receipts. They all exist in a virtual folder online that my accountant has access to. I'm in the process of converting all of my bank statements into a digital form so I don't get mail anymore. It cuts down on a ton of labor just filing paper.
Well, you can
and
automate.
Putting it away.
Yeah, as soon as it's digitized, you can automate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my strategy, again, and why I'm looking at PayPal is how do I pay people? How do I transfer money? But what is the cost of it? What am I ultimately paying for every dollar that I have to send or receive?
Hey, have you heard of CheckWriter?
No, but I will be looking that up.
Yeah, CheckWriter. Well, that's a U.S. thing. I used that before because some companies in eBay, they wouldn't accept PayPal, but they would accept CheckWriter. And
Well,
I have an account with CheckWriter.
CheckWriter is actually you download the software, and basically you can use their software to print out a check, and it's really, really cool because all you pay is the upfront cost of the software. And then you use their software to write a check, and you just take this. So somebody sends you. All you get is you write down the information on the check of the person that's given you the payment, and then you get them to void the check, and you put it into the software. It prints out a check, and you take it to the bank and deposit it. And it looks just like a bank draft, and there's no transaction fees or anything like that, like there is with PayPal and Visa merchant account and whatnot.
Well, I'm going to just jump in here before Maven does, and I want to talk about WikiLeaks because here we're talking about banking and stuff like that, and you saw like everything online and stuff like that. This week, Swiss whistleblower. Can you say that 10 times in a row? A Swiss whistleblower, Rudolf Elmer. He handed over 2,000 accounts, and 40 of them are from politicians from 1990 to 2009, and apparently there's all sorts of tax ducking and illegal action and tax evasion. And this is like the Swiss banking system. It's like, oh yeah, nobody can touch us. Basically, he's given it to WikiLeaks. Now, WikiLeaks being what they are, it was actually giving it to a newspaper, and WikiLeaks got involved, and they're parsing it all, and basically it's going to come out, and some heads will roll. So the big question is, will WikiLeaks survive? There's already a couple of hybrids of WikiLeaks out now, and basically these type of internet enterprises, because that's the only way I can describe them, they're changing the way businesses have to operate. They're forcing companies
to be more accountable
and governments to be transparent, because if they're not, boom, they are just going to get nailed in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years. And my favorite quote was like the way it's like politicians basically is legal lying. Or we'll say this on camera, but behind the scenes where no cameras are, this will be our agreement, which is 180% a reverse of that. And that's what people don't like. It's like, just tell us what's going on. So WikiLeaks, an amazing thing. The problem WikiLeaks has is now who knows who's the co-founder of WikiLeaks, the founder of WikiLeaks, the dude himself.
Julian Assange.
Thank you, Julian. He is going to be a very busy man for the next couple of years because he's getting his ass suit off. But
he's going to be busy running is what he's going to be doing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is what's happening now is there are other organizations that are starting up and saying, well, we're just like Wiki, but we don't have Julian involved. So, boom, we're going to be doing the same stuff. So it's out of the box, man. Can of worms. It's not going to be, they're not going to say, oh, no, you can't do that anymore. We're going to put in a box, couple nails. It's all going to be, oh, that was very nice. No. You're out of luck.
So what do you think about WikiLeaks?
You gotta love those guys. They don't have a paperless office, so
I don't know where to start with WikiLeaks. I think it's another turning point in history in terms of how decisions are made and information control. It just shows you, that old saying, the pen is mightier than the sword, and this is.
Well, the storage device is mightier than the storage. I think what it'll do is it'll make organizations say, well, should we be backing up on hard drives? This digital stuff is if it goes out, boom, it's out there, and you can, millions and millions of documents can be held on a very, very small device, where if it was on paper...
They can go after Julian all they want, and they can shut down all his URLs, and they can go after his IPs and all his and all his hosts.
Yep.
But that content has been
It's out
copied and backed up. I don't know how many times across the board, all over the world.
Well, you know, my favorite line was like,
You can't kill all the copies.
Well, exactly.
You can't find them all.
the White House, all the people that work in the White House, they got a memo saying, listen, if you hear about these documents and they come over your desk, don't read them. That was the only thing we say. Oh, if you're exposed to these things, don't read them. Like, what? You're going to get blind or something? Oh, somebody's going to interrogate you? Forget it. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's old school versus new school. And it's basically like, get into it or get out of town. And it's become political and very scary. Now, what I'm very interested in is like, what about the totally crazy governments like North Korea? What happens if Wiki gets into those guys? Holy cow!
It reminds me of Calvin Ayre with the Bodog and the online gambling thing, and how he ended up having to leave the country and live. I think he was in Belize or something like that, because the U.S. government was after him for violating the gambling laws, which they're about to change.
Typical.
And because online gambling is a huge business now, and the rule in the States is you can't operate a gambling facility across state lines, and that's where that's where the problem is with online gambling. And so they're about to change that law, and it's about to become Zynga.com, the poker site that operates on it's a Facebook poker site, and they've got I don't know how many millions and millions of users. If this law changes, they're going to be $1 billion company, because suddenly they're going to have all these poker players that now can actually play with real money legally, and I think it'll be a huge impact on companies like that.
Oh yeah, money laundering and all those type of things. Very interesting thing, we're kind of like in the conspiracy zone right now. Just found out that if the police stop you in the United States, they can confiscate everything on your smartphone without a warrant. Hi there, what's your name? Speeding ticket, give me your smartphone. Thank you very much. I'm downloading all the information. Oh, look at these pictures. Where are these pictures with Foursquare? Oh, there was a terrorist thing there 14 days ago. Please come with us.
So is that
legal in the United States? Very scary.
Is that can they do that with anybody, or is it somebody
that goes to the United States? The police, regardless of the institution, FBI and CIA or whatever, can stop you, can ask for your phone, confiscate your phone, take it back to their cruiser, plug it into their computer, download absolutely everything on it, then phone your ISP, download everything, content, everything. And yeah, really. And I've got this great link. It's an amazing. They had a big trade show about sales and marketing of wiretaps. Now, for the last 10 years, wiretaps have been going down. They say, oh, there's only like 100 this year. But actually what happened, there was 8 million wiretaps happened this year, but they were sold to the police. So the police phones, hi, we'd like to make a wiretap, or they don't call them wiretaps, so basically like what's that? We'd like a geolocation on this person with a download of data. And so great, that'll cost you 75 cents or $1.50 or whatever, just like calling the operator. And boom, it's done. 8 million last year. 8 million. So it's not like there was 100 wiretaps. There was 8,100,000 wiretaps done in the United States based on this new law. So very scary stuff going on down in the big US of A.
Well, there's
so be careful what you put in your phone.
There's similar legislation being passed up here with Bill C-36. The government has a lot of power in the consumer health and the consumer products arena. But, this one, I'll have to look into this. I think that in order for them to do that,
we'll put the links on the show.
You would have to be labeled as like an enemy combatant of the U.S. or something like that.
Nope. That's the really freaky thing, is that it's a link to this trade show, and basically, you should check out this thing. It's a badly designed, terrible font, nasty colors, but you go there and boom, and the topics are outrageous.
Yeah, okay. Well,
and basically they're talking the monetization of strategic information.
We'll check it out and see how it is. We'll look into it.
All
and see
right,
if it's legitimate.
Well, the next show next week you'll hear Andrew's response and be like, Anyway, so
it's usually not me that's a skeptical one when it comes to
it's true.
stuff.
It's true. But it is pretty gnarly. So let's talk about something that's a little more interesting. Viral videos. Unbelievable. Who is into shooting the bear? Have you seen that? I don't want to shoot the bear. It's gone viral this week. But the wild thing, it was done in France. I thought it was done in Canada. When I meet the guy, that guy looks like he's from where's that? Quebec. Thank you. And, looked like a Canadian bear, looked like a Canadian tent. I could have been mistaken. Sorry. But anyways, it went viral. Apparently, there's 2,000 words, over 50 videos that you can connect with. Outrageous. Now, this is a European product called Tipex. Starts out, these guys camping, they see a bear, and his buddy that's holding the camera says, shoot the bear, oh my God, shoot the bear. And the guy, and this is YouTube, like you're on YouTube watching it, and the guy turns to me, looking at it on the TV, and says, I don't want to shoot the bear. And then you're looking at the YouTube page, and he looks up, and the ad is for Tipex. It's got this big whiteout device. He goes and grabs the ad, he takes the Tipex thing out of the ad, and it's just like, kill the bear. And he whites out, kill the bear. Kill. And then he turns to us and says, hey, I don't want to kill the bear. You decide what I do with the bear. And then it goes interactive, and you can type in that space that he whited out anything you want. 2,000 words, over 50 videos. The best one is fart. Unbelievable. I'm going to tell you what happens. You go there, you look it up, boom, fart. It will make you, oh, no way, that is so frat. That is so, there's 2,000 words, there's over 50 videos, and I'm just saying fart is a good one. There are some awesome ones. Another one that's great is football, because there's a streaker. That's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Awesome piece of viral. But the thing that's wild about it, it went viral this week. It's been out for almost 9 months. Just shows that viral doesn't mean it's going to go viral when you put it out. You talk about the
tipping point we're talking
about.
Well,
you basically talking tipping point, but the big superhero viral thing that happened about 4 months ago, which is our guy. This is the pearls. This is I'm on a horse. I'm on. What was that? There was the
Old Spice.
Thank you, Old Spice guy
campaign.
That was like a perfect storm. They brought it out. They were ready. It happened. But it doesn't mean that if you bring out a massive campaign that you think is going to go viral, doesn't mean it's going to go viral. It's kind of like saying, oh, we're doing this viral thing, but guys, hang on, it might not go viral. Tick, 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 tick. 10 months later, it goes viral. So if you're going to develop a viral thing, it's got to be self-sustaining. And that's what's wonderful about this thing is basically it's self-sustaining. It was done by an advertising agency in Europe, Paris, basically. And they did the whole thing, and that's, I think, why it's gone viral in the States now, is it took that long to go over the ocean. That's all I got to say.
So you had a commentary?
Yeah, I think I got a number now. Well, I think I first got exposed to this. I saw some blog somewhere that listed the top viral videos of last year, and I'm so busy. I don't really read much blogs. I only have time to sort of scan and get a quick impression of what's going on. And I think the original version was just sort of you had two options on the screen you could click on, kill the bear, don't kill the bear, right? And then it led to other options. Am I right about that? Or?
Yeah, that's the original. That's got 13 million views.
Okay.
But that takes you to actually a basically a fake YouTube website that looks like YouTube, and then boom, it goes into the actual campaign.
Okay.
So it's a two-step process.
And then the other comment I was going to make in response to fart being one of the words you could type in, which is What a great anticipation of the human character, right?
Exactly.
That's one of our favorite words. It's one of our favorite things
Well,
to
apparently
do
Canadians
and laugh
especially,
about. Yeah.
if you believe.
It's all the beans.
So,
we have.
and I wouldn't be surprised if they're running demographics on or analytics on which words are doing well in which countries. And you mentioned football, like that's an obvious one. You can see that in
Or
England
kiss.
and yeah. And
Well, I wonder how many more sales of the fart app on the iPhone was made in Canada.
I heard some statistics on how many different apps there are related to farting on iTunes. And
How many
the
is
number's
that?
staggering.
It's got to be more than 10.
It's more than 10.
It's because.
Well, I mean, you have
Well,
to
I think it's primarily guys are the coders, and
They
guys
sound
they
funny.
think that's
Farts
like,
sound funny.
How
Let's
many
face it.
unicorn apps are there? It's like come on, guys. There's a lot of fart apps out there. There's not too many unicorns up there, or like do my hair apps. We need more women coders. That's what it's saying. I mean, come on. Anyway, so yeah, very weird, very strange. But because I was exposed to that, I said, okay, come on, I got to check out. This can't be the original version. There must be other versions of this, and actually there is. Burger King did do a version of this, and you can go to a Burger King website. We'll put it on our show notes, and basically go there, and it's in this apartment, very similar to where we are right now, basic similar lighting, and there's a guy, he's got to be 6'2", in a chicken outfit, and you type in, tell the chicken what to do, and I just typed in dance, and guess what? This chicken danced. So these guys set up a camera, obviously, not a big production. Maybe there were some junior guys in the advertising agency. Had a guy with this big chicken outfit and did a whole pile of versions. You go in there, you type in, chicken do this, roll over, and he will do all these things. So that was another interactive version using YouTube. And then I got deeper into it, and then there are several sites that went viral, and there was one in Europe. It was great, and you would go to this website, and it looked like a product page, and it became a what's it? Oh gosh, the guy, the machines that do the something Goldberg or no, it's Rube Goldberg. Anyways,
I have
the
no
page,
idea what you're
the page, basically all the products in the page do weird things, and it all interconnects, and boom, it's like a big sale. So it was. You go there, and basically what is gaming the consumer. You go there, you think you're on a website, and then the website does something totally bizarre, and it melts in front of you, does weird stuff, and it's out of your control, and you don't click on it. It's all flash-based, but it's very entertaining because it's doing something you're not expecting the internet to do. And, this is a couple years old, but now it's just coming to fruition, and people think, oh, this is very cool. So that is the history of whatever's behind the thing. Well, the viral technique and, gaming YouTube or gaming a website or whatever, or gaming society as a whole. Dude.
Do you think with these campaigns you just mentioned where you could type in a random word and something on the screen did something, that they even tracked the words that were being typed in that they hadn't thought of and then went back and created content for that to satisfy future?
Well, being in the advertising industry, I could see that happening, going back and pitching it and saying, hey, look, we've done this campaign for 3 weeks and here's 487 words. It's going to cost you $800,000 or $400,000 or $40,000 or $20,000 or $5,000 to execute these things. And the guy said, what numbers are we getting now? Well, we got 100,000 clicks. That's enough. And then getting shut down. Say, but dude, we could go higher. It'd be great. I said, look at, it's kind of like Dave that was sitting here last week. It's like, look, we're into the numbers. It's a marketing game. It's you do your thing. We're successful. We're happy. Let's move on. We want to move this product next week. So, and my last thing is they did a very awesome one was Deliver Me to Hell. A real zombie attack. And basically it's the same type of technology. You go in to YouTube and you there's all these zombies in office and people killing each other, and the guy runs out and he's in a car and somebody's bashing him. No, I'm not a zombie. And you've got two choices. Let him into the car or don't let him into the car. If you say don't let him into the car, it cuts and he gets taken out by the zombies and you drive away. If you let him into the car, there's a scene in the car, he drives away and you're in the car and it continues.
There's at least 2 games I can think of on YouTube that use this technology first, or maybe not first, but first time I saw it. I wonder if these companies picked up on that and that's how they got into it. But,
so it's like a choose your own adventure kind of thing.
Yeah, well, there was one which is there's an improv show, and it's just a couple of guys in LA that are stand-up comedians, and they did an improv show where they introduced the show, and you can pick like the props and the scenario.
And then they do it.
And they went in and created all the videos. And it was the early days of annotations and embedded links in the video.
It's all based on embedded links, yeah.
And so what I think was happening in the advertising industry with these strategies and techniques
copying.
Is it's a bunch of indie guys that are doing it for... was I allowed to use the SHIT word?
If you spell it.
No, the S word. The indie guys with the
using
S indie guys
just for SHIT and giggles.
So that's a pirate giggle.
And then the guys that study this stuff and are keeping up on the trends look at it and go, "Hey, this is a clever idea. Let's put that to work for a product now."
Sure, what was that?
That's what advertising agencies do.
Who's got that new technology where you can tag people? Like in Facebook, you can tag people's pictures. But you can actually tag people in video while the video is running.
No.
Have you heard about that?
Really?
I was just reading about it yesterday.
Huh.
I'll have to bring that in next week.
Okay, cool. I'm into that, man. We'll do that in the next show. Notes finished. Okay, one last thing before we run, because we're like at 46 minutes. This is me shuffling my paper. It must be important. But anyways, a lot of people have been asking me, like, Bob, how did you do that amazing thing on your Facebook account? And I must admit, I didn't do it.
Wait. Before we do that, let's just describe what's on Bob's Facebook account. And what it is he's, how Facebook changed the wall settings?
Well, how do you get to my account? It's like you go to Bob Garlick, Garlick, BOB, Garlick. Boom, you go there. And
so you go to facebook.com/Bob Garlick.
Well, you could do that too. Or you could just search for Bob Garlick.
Yeah, but if you're not...
It's not how many, it's like 10 of us.
Okay.
And there's only one of us like holding his head, the bald guy. Woo.
Yeah. And at the
nice
top
graphics.
of his page, you've got this panoramic picture that he's put together of one of his logos.
Well, it's me busting out of some paper.
Yeah, you busting out of the paper. You don't see the paper, though. You just see your hands. And you see the awesome image.
It's a nice shot. Hey, by the way, I didn't take that shot.
Hey, how did you do
Alistair Eagle did that shot. Alistair, way to go.
How did you do that?
What?
How did you take those 5 or 6 small images and make them into?
Well, I didn't. It's the program. It's a program that does it.
No, but that's what I'm asking. How did you get that all done?
I saw it. I checked out on Facebook.
Okay, so where do you get it?
It's called FacebookPhotomagic.com. FBPhotomagic.com. That's the link that I've got here. Basically, you go to there. Yeah, if you just go to my website, you go to that. It's the link there, and basically,
so your website, garlicmarketing.com or
no, Bob Garlick at Facebook.
Okay,
right? Facebook, right?
Okay.
My Facebook account,
right.
basically.
Yeah.
So basically, you go there and you go to FB for Facebook, photomagic.com, and it opens up and it says download the picture. And then boom, you upload the picture, and then you get 4 choices. You move up and down, I would say, a centimeter. And it did that once and I say, oh, okay, where's the problem? And then I made a custom Photoshop file to make it work. And boom, that's what I did. So, I know what I'm doing with Photoshop, so it's a little tricky. Actually, I had an email or a Facebook email from a photographer, and he actually did this in Photoshop and tried to make it work without using the software. Didn't line up. But if you use the software, boom, lines up. Awesome. Fantastic. Have you used that? Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this come up several months ago. I think when the
I feel so old. Months. Oh my god.
Well, when they changed the profile style.
Yeah, somebody.
I'm a late adopter because this came out in November, and we're now we're well into the new year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like February.
And I finally found the time. Okay, I'm going to jump on this and I want to play with it. And I was on a webinar this morning that was going on and on. So I was listening to it in one ear and playing around on the screen with the other, and decided to fool around with this and just started Googling the term that I think applied to what the technique was and trying to find tutorials on it.
Well, there's a photographer that developed it, and then somebody made it into a Facebook algorithm.
And then I read a page that said Facebook has banned any third-party apps that facilitate the process to deliver it.
Because it's a Facebook app now.
Yeah, but basically, is it a Facebook internal thing?
Yeah, okay. FB, it says Facebook, so it's an internal thing. So I'm using the internal thing, so
and where I left off this morning before I had to run out to meetings was it crashing on me and saying, Facebook is overloaded, please try again later. But I'll try it again later. So right now, basically what you've got is, across the top of my profile, you've got these 5 images that are supposed to line up, and they're all skewed. And they line up when I cut it and chopped it up in another program and then uploaded it. But as soon as because unless you know where it's going to crop and
the way the FB the Facebook version works, you just upload the picture and it shows you exactly what's going to happen, and you click it and then they send you a message. Make sure you make this picture, and then they go make the last picture the album cover or whatever. And then boom, it works.
So you can find that at Bob's Facebook page.
Oh,
and that number again was Bob?
Yeah.
Or we'll put it on the show notes at uncensoredsocialunderground.com.
Thank you very much.
The link to both Bob's Facebook page, so you can see him ripping out of the wall.
Ripping. I'm a ripping guy. Hey, no, now one thing I was listening to the Leo Laporte show, which is listened to by hundreds of thousands of people, and there were some Canadians basically Skyping in.
Yeah, there's lots of Canadians.
I know, but the Skype guy, it kept on dropping. And you know what Leo Laporte said? Oh, it's because the guy must have a Rogers account. And basically, the reason he said that is Rogers is the worst offender for basically controlling how much bandwidth, how much you can download. Rogers, 20 gigs, and then you get charged more or shut down. And TELUS is the winner at 127 gigs. So I did a special report. You can listen to it at the Bunker Project. Where basically I said
it'll be coming through in the feed. Actually, it's already through.
Yeah, it's already there, so you can see it already.
You probably already heard it.
Exactly. But basically, the guy I was talking about, and my comment was, look at if you had a Rogers account, dump Rogers because they're screwing you, and go to TELUS because they're the only people that bandwidth. And the guy said, well, yeah, but eventually TELUS is going to do the same thing. So basically what was happening in Canada, unless you sign this petition, and there's only 40,000 people, it's not enough, even though the guy that's controlling the petition is really beating up the politicians with it.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of
you still got to sign it. You got to still, I want 100,000 people on that, because if you don't, look at, I did a thing on metered internet.
They've got the NDP now.
I know, but look at what's happening. The scary thing is I did a thing with a guy in Ottawa about what's happening. He said, oh, we're okay. It's 80 gigabytes. 3 months later, it's 20 gigabytes.
Yeah.
Hello, Canada. Get a grip. In 5 years, we'll have 5 gigabytes or 3 gigabytes or 2 gigabytes. Oh, and then you got to pay per bit. It's like, it'll be like a telephone. You go on your computer, I don't want to be on the internet too long. So basically, companies aren't coming to Canada to invest because they have this basic tax and giving it to, not the government, but basically giving it to the 3 big companies that are making billions of dollars already. So, hey,
well,
hell with you guys,
it's going to put a throttle on the
universities. You won't be able to learn,
and the and companies like net firms,
businesses won't be able to grow
that depend on the free internet. Not free, but basically.
Hey, basically, we pay more money, and in 5 years, we will be paying per gigabyte download more money than any country, including the third world countries in the world. Canada is officially a third world country on the internet. Do you want to be represented? No way. I want to fire every politician that will vote for that. So sign this document, because we have the 2 political parties involved.
We'll put a link.
The CRTC is reviewing it right now, but unless we get on this, Things like podcasting, YouTube, Netflix will no longer exist in Canada because you will not be able to afford the $350 it'll cost you to download 4 movies a month. And that is a fact. That's all I got to say.
All right. So
And that's Bobby's rant for today. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
let's move on to the final topic.
All right.
and then
Which
we'll wrap up
is
the show,
liability and podcast ranting.
which is the Yahoo.
Okay. He wants to bring up the Yahoo. Flip to page 3. Thank you very much.
Yahoo, what's that?
Oh, yeah.
Is that some sort of internet
That
thing?
was one of those. search
Yahoo.
engines
All
back in
right.
the day.
Yeah. Woohoo.
So it's called it's been around for a while, actually.
Yeah, well, it's been around. What was it, the beginning of the
Bob's
show notes or
looking
the
for
end?
the notes.
Well, I've got 12 pages of show notes here. But of course, I'm using 24 point because I'm blind.
You just had it there. Anyways, it's the Yahoo Contributor Network.
All right, you start talking, I'll
Have
find
you
it.
heard of that? Basically, it's a place where people who are writing content, and it doesn't just have to be written content, it can be any kind of media. And they can upload the
here it is.
content into the into YCN, the Yahoo Contributor Network, and
Didn't they
can
pay
get paid. You can get paid for your work.
Well, they paid $100 million for this little organization, didn't they? The ability.
Yeah, it used to be called Associated Content, and Yahoo purchased them $100 million last May.
Ouch.
Rebranded to the Yahoo Contributor Network, and now anyone can publish anything. Pictures, like I said, videos, articles, and basically there's different tiers. So if you submit an article that is completely exclusive to Yahoo, meaning that you're not going to republish it anywhere else, and you haven't already republished or published it somewhere else on your blog or whatever,
Or put it on
then you'll get a
Facebook.
higher upfront payment, and the upfront payments, around $15 or so.
Hey, does that
something like
include Facebook? Because if, like, here we've got like the
It's
the
exclusive.
Bunker Project on Facebook, and we put it on Facebook, do we not get money from Yahoo because of that?
You can't put it on as an exclusive without if you're going to put it anywhere else. Period. It's the property of Yahoo once you do that, and now you get paid more, and you also get a performance payment. So basically, per 1,000 impressions, you get like $1.50 or something like that.
Red flag.
Yeah.
Did you say you're giving up the rights to your content to Yahoo? That they own
Exactly.
it?
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
nasty. Kind of like Facebook.
If you put it through as you get the credit for writing it with a byline,
But they get the money.
whatever, but you are putting it up as an exclusive content for them. Now, the other way you can do it is non-exclusive, and non-exclusive means that you can reuse the content later on your blog or wherever. And then there's display only, which means it's repurposed content. So you've already put this on your blog a long time ago, and you now are putting it onto the Yahoo Contributor Network, and you are not eligible if it's already published. You're not eligible for any upfront payment, but you can get the performance payments, but they're much lower than if they were non-exclusive or exclusive content.
So like syndication, essentially.
Yeah.
But not getting paid.
Well, here's my question, and what do you assume the goal is that Yahoo has in doing this? What are they trying to accomplish? More content on their channels and more traffic
Yeah.
to their pages?
Well, I think free content or very inexpensive content. I mean, like paying $15-20. 20, 30 years ago, they'd be paying $1,500 for that same content. That's what's happening all over the internet. Like we
And-
get the same thing with
here's
$99 logos instead of $1,200 logos.
The interesting thing is, though, that they assign a clout score to all the contributors. So the people who have more clout get paid more. And
Yeah, but not $1,200.
I think
more.
I can take it to the next step. And
All right.
my assumption is they're going to be running ads on your content, and they're going to be and they're going to be selling that space based on your clout score. So
And
an
do you get a
advertiser
percentage
comes
of-
along and gets to choose what the minimum clout score is, and it's going to be just like any other AdWords campaign where you are paying a higher fee depending on how much traffic that particular position gets.
Well, it's like kind of like paying for distribution networks. Like if in a magazine we distribute 1 million magazines, so you pay more for the full page ad.
so the question is for the content creators out there, is it worth it for them to put some of their content up there as exclusive or non exclusive, and possibly get links back to their main blog, and also get paid a little bit. Very small amount upfront, and possibly more if they get a lot of exposure on the network. They'll get paid $1.50 per 1,000 impressions. So
yeah,
if you
well,
get
Leo
hundreds of
Laporte gets
thousands
$40, and some people get $200 for 1,000 per impression. So like $1, $2 is not a lot of money for an impression.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know? Unless you're guaranteeing 5 million impressions or 20 million impressions, and that's not going to happen. The problem, I think what's going to happen is you just get a bunch of dreck going out there, bad prose, bad copy, bad information, not, basically a bunch of redneck BS is going to go out there.
Well, you do have to get approved.
Yeah, but still, if you're an editor, there's only so much stuff you can approve. I was in the book industry, and this guy would get 50 manuscripts, and he wouldn't read all 50 manuscripts. He would just go through, he'd read the title, 2 pages, and So if you can't sell it in the next, within 150 words, you lost 75,000 words. So same thing. These guys, they're getting 30, 40, 50, 60,000 entries a day because the internet, 300 million people, some of them are going to be sending stuff up. What it's going to do is basically downgrade the overall quality of content, information.
Well,
and
I'm
it's
sure
just
they're
going to
not
dumb down.
I'm sure they're
what
not
we
going
get.
to put.
Not that they could dumb it down much more.
It's just like everything. The cream will rise to the top, and they're not going to just throw all content, the SHITY content.
The S word.
They're not going to throw that content and give it like a huge amount of exposure. It's going to have a small amount of exposure, and as people link to it, it'll rise up to the top.
I think the hell with YouTube. I think you should make your own little blog, your own little podcast. You should build it up yourself. Have
You
your
mean
own
Yahoo,
little and then
Yahoo.
say, come on, who needs
I've
Yahoo?
got my own private internet at home, actually.
Exactly,
Yeah, I don't-
the internet.
I keep it on a CD.
Exactly. I have the Google.
I have a piece of paper.
Exactly. I got friends. I know this guy Google. He's cool. I go beers with him. He's cool. He'll give you some money. Yeah, it's the I don't know. It's the monetization or weirdization of whatever. But it looks like we got the closing music on it. So we got at least 56 minutes into the show. So we're going to run away. Maven, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye.
Thank you, Maven.
And as usual, thanks Satomi for joining us
fantastic.
in the studio audience.
Thank you for the black beer and for the sake. Fantastic, wonderful stuff. Andrew, any last words before we run away?
Yes, join us on the show by calling 1-877-636-1474, and we can get you into the show with a comment, a question, a complaint. Whatever you want, we'll bring in. And we'll see you again next week with another episode. And hopefully we'll be on location in maybe the J Lounge or maybe somewhere else.
And don't forget, we still love
Signing
Australia.
out from 604 Studio 604. See you next week.